Good afternoon, you guys. We are doing a grand old garden tour today. We have a lot going on here. I mean, it's been a little bit chaotic this summer because the mosquitoes have been super relentless. So I have tried my absolute best to avoid being eaten alive, which also just means I've kind of neglected a lot of these plants, unfortunately. We got some tomatoes. We got a lot of tomatoes this year. Now, they're not all thriving, but for the most part, they are still fruiting. Some of them have gone completely crispy, like right over here. Some of these are just giving tired. They haven't been staked up too well. Some of these pots have been overplanted, but we've got basil a lot around the pots this year. I got a packet of basil seeds and I was like, you know, we're gonna get basil this year, no matter what, by any means necessary, and we did, absolutely. Now, we've got a lot of chaos going on. So here, let's start with a tree that we've got. We got a lot of trees in this garden. We got the Stark Bros Ichikike Jiro Asian Persimmon. Now, I got this one, it looked like a little tiny stick. It's taken a little bit of time for this thing to kind of adjust and get used to its home. Not necessarily the most opportune region for this plant, but I was running out of space, but I really wanted it. It's doing well. It's taking its sweet time, kind of putting on leaves. We got another tomato. This one I actually cut off a sucker and rooted it in my aquarium in the house, and it rooted beautifully, and now here we are. We got some fruits on it. It is a whole plant of its own, so we're going to keep the tomatoes going until the very, very end. We've got raspberries. They haven't fruited at all this summer. They actually died back in the beginning of the summer. We got hit with a huge drought, and I was actually on vacation at the time, and it was dry when I got back. So pretty tragic, but look at the bounce back. The bounce back is giving resilience. It's giving security in terms of food. I love that. This is incredibly spiky. You guys can kind of see the spikes on there. So I do my best. I water this from a soft distance just to make sure I'm not getting prickled. We got a couple of these planters. I had these on the ledge earlier. I brought them down because I wasn't watering them nearly enough as they should have been. We got a lot of suckers around these parts. Very fruitful little buds over here. We got some strawberries coming through. These are the runners of the strawberries. They're kind of just going to nowhere right now. We've got some green onions. I got these from the grocery store literally at the beginning of the year, and I planted them in the pots, and they have been giving us a consistent supply of greens. So really pleased with that. Let's go into this pot here that we looked at earlier with the tomatoes. We got some peppers. They're coming through slowly. We got a cute little eggplant. We got some jalapenos. Everything's kind of just sparse. Nothing's too grand in terms of production. Of course, we have our very abundant, cute basil. We got some more peppers. We got a lot of peppers this year, a lot of tomatoes. This right here, I can't even tell what this is, to be honest. I know I threw a couple zucchinis seeds in here. They're just kind of chilling for now. I don't think they're gonna make it before the final frost, but we'll see. Now here's something super cute. This is I feel like I'm getting them backwards. This is the, what does it say? Lime. Okay, yeah, lime tree. Of course, we've got, can't tell until I look at the label because lemons start off green too. We got limes coming through, lots of them. I don't know how many of them are gonna actually stick around, but love that. I know there was like a pretty decent sized one somewhere here. Super cute. So we got some citrus growing in zone 7B, so pleased with that. Then we've got some peppers. More peppers. If you kind of just look ahead, you'll see this is an eggplant, kind of out of location. We have a dying tomato right over there. We got some basil kind of sprinkled in through here as well. This is a pretty chaotic pot, but I feel like they're working really well with each other. We got two eggplants actually a little overkill, but I've been heavily fertilizing some of these locations. This little vine over here, I'm not entirely sure what this is. It doesn't look the healthiest. It's got, yellowing leaves. We got more strawberry. And of course we have a Persian. That was a Persian lime. This is a Meyer lemon. The bees are super pleased with what's going on. They are happy, they are active, they are pollinating us super greatly. We appreciate you, little bumbles. They are working on giving us some Meyer lemons this year. Oh Jesus, they almost got me there. Let's pretend we didn't just run over the bee. We have a lone eggplant that we have kind of neglected this year. It is super slow in terms of growth. This is such compacted soil. Oh my God. This is a Stark Red Haven Peach Semi-Dwarf. It is taking its super sweet time, and that is totally fine. It's only, I believe, 2 years old. It's gonna do its thing. We're gonna let it. We got a little pot here. We have some holes drilled into this. This was like one of those things that you put ice in and serve drinks to people. We have cabbage in here, and it's not doing well. We have a lot of critters eating up on it, which is okay. I'm fine with that. We have cucumbers. We have some more tomatoes. We have some more everything. We got some dill, very sparse, but it's seeding. We got some more strawberries. We have some flowers coming on for this. I believe this is the Mortgage Lifter tomato. We got more tomatoes here. They're coming out. They're not really too healthy at this point, but we're gonna let them do their thing. This is the back side of the tomato. We're kind of getting some blossom end rot on this, so maybe a deficiency in calcium. I don't know if that would be considered blossom end rot because it's not really the end of the blossom. Interesting. Here's some more tomatoes. We got some suckers that we kind of pulled off, or runners. We got a cute little variegated lemon plant over there. It's going to take some time for it to establish. We have a bay leaf over there. We have a very sad but regrowing Camellia sinensis. And then we've got some vines over here. We got a fig. We got a nectarine that didn't do well at all this year. It is struggling. We got some, I don't know what this is. I'm going to be honest. Can't tell. We'll see when it grows to its full potential. I'm thinking it's the possible Seminole pumpkin or the Seminole squash. I have a lot of different things going on. I have this sitting in a pot of water at this moment. I've got some of my fall crops getting ready in here. Probably a little overwatered at this point, but they are well protected from the harsh sun, and they keep pretty cool through this summer wave that we've been getting. We've got some lemon thyme right over here. We've got a little trench. That's where my Vega Grow, Vega something, that thing right there that used to be in the ground. But because we were so close to this peach tree, I think a lot of the peach roots started coming into here, and you can kind of see them right there. They're just really taking over. So I had to move it. I have to figure out what to do with these two garden beds. They are so incredibly compacted. They are having a really hard time growing anything. And then we've got some more goodies up here. This is not the cutest, most pristine garden bed around the world, but we are doing what we are without getting eaten alive by these mosquitoes. These are some peppers. We've got some flowers on there, which is nice. We got some jalapenos. If anyone remembers Jalapeno Gate, that happened at the very, I believe it was 2023 or something, where basically like the big box companies unmistakably packaged jalapeno plants for something else, and we got like mysterious peppers instead of actual jalapenos. Those are some raspberry plants. They're taking their sweet ass time too. We had some corn back there, but it's been overgrown. There is a strawberry kind of hidden there. You can kind of see the stick right over there. I should have cut them down, but lo and behold, I did not. These are the very sad remnants of our corn. We planted them in pots this year. You can kind of see tomatoes just kind of everywhere. We pulled off one of the corns. This was a blue corn, but this thing was infested with aphids. So I'm just waiting. I'm gonna pull them out when I get some time and I don't get eaten up by bugs, and just repot with something else. We have perilla leaves all over the place. Like, perilla leaves have quite literally taken over, but they are delicious. So we kind of let them do their thing. And then, you know, when push comes to shove, we will cut them down if we need to, but we enjoy eating the leaves fresh or cooked. And then here's another really sad looking tomato. A lot of our tomatoes have kind of just been through the ringer. They go through like extreme periods of like heavy rain, and I think that's kind of why we're seeing like this edema style crisping and crunching, and I just think there's like a lack of uptake of nutrients because they've been fertilized. I think we just have the craziest weather right now. Here we have a very miserable looking tomato. This needs to be completely ended, honestly. The root stock of that tomato looks really strong though, so like it's still sending out these shoots that are producing. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Never mind. We're not pulling anything out just yet. We have such a cute little flower over there. How sweet. It's just saying hi. Hi, guys. We do have asparagus down under here. I will say, unfortunately, we had landscapers who came through and without my permission, you know, anyway. They came and pulled out all my friggin' strawberries from the ground. So I had 2-year-old strawberries growing, but fortunately, they did not pull my asparagus, which I guess I should be grateful they didn't do that, because these were, I want to say 3-year-old crowns. So we are 1 year away from actually being able to harvest asparagus, which I'm very excited about. Like, it is doing well. This area gets nice. It's cool. It's calm. It's collected. We got a lot of, you know, things going on, but I think the biodiversity in the area kind of supports the cause. We have some more tomatoes that kind of have crisped up to their demise. We have, so cute, look at that. I mean, just precious. Like, what do you even need? We got some more flowers over there. Like, these tomatoes are just cranking out flowers. Look at that. We love that. The resilience is admirable, to be honest. Let's keep looking. We got some more tomatoes. Dare I say we did a good job with tomatoes this year. Now keeping them looking crisp and fresh, now debatable. But alas, we have tomatoes. Now here is another raspberry. We had this one potted up. This is the same species of raspberry as the other one, incredibly prickly. And then we have another variety of raspberries over here. They are not currently in the best state. I never ended up cutting these at the roots when I should have. I don't know what compelled me, but this is a yellow raspberry when it actually comes through. So fingers crossed we will actually get there, and, you know, we'll get some raspberries eventually. This sad looking twig, I believe, was my pear. I had a Asian pear planted over here, and it caught fire blight, which is incredibly tragic. So Stark Bros, if you see this, I need an exchange. This is the second time. I don't see any signs of life on this poor thing. I have done all I could with this. It is completely bone dry. We're just gonna RIP to the homie for that one. Of course, we have another perilla right over here. And then this is where our journey of vines really begins, because I decided that this is such a nice downhill slope to give, you know, these plants a little bit of space. Not necessarily the most space, to be honest, because I really did cram a lot of things in here. I have some asparagus planted over here as well. So they're taking their sweet ass time too, which is totally fine. Do your thing, roast around. But yeah, we're experiencing a lot of things. There's also some, like, I don't know where it is. It's like hidden under here. Oh my god. Oh, it's right here. Just kidding. It's not gonna make it. I know it's not. It's an eggplant, but we'll just pretend it's not there for a second. All right in front of us, we have a plant that is being literally choked out by porcelain berry. The East Asian porcelain berry is an invasive vine in the North Americas, and typically in the eastern region. I mean, it is incredible. If you are in New Jersey, in Maryland, Virginia, I believe North Carolina, South Carolina, you are all going to at some point in your lifetime bear witness to this plant that quite literally chokes out your other plants. Like, I am looking at this thing and I'm like, please, what are you doing? It literally grabs onto your plants and does not let go. So if anyone has any resolutions on how to deal with this, please let us know, because we are at a loss for words. This is my cute little fig tree. This is about, I want to say 4 years old. It is officially to the point of fruition. We've harvested a lot. We're just kind of waiting for the next flush to come through. I see some like ripe ones back there. But yeah, it's been kind of hard to harvest from this area. Like, you know, when you think about your location of your trees and your plants and you're like, wow, I wish I didn't put it up on such a high peak. Reaching for this has been a little difficult. Anyway, getting into this vine here, I don't know what this vine actually leads to. At some point during the summer, before everything kind of really got full on cooked, we have a couple things going. A lot of tomatoes. They're on their last leg. We have a apple tree back there that is quite literally being choked out by this English ivy and all of that porcelain berry. And, you know, dare I say, the porcelain berry introduces a lot of like pollinators to the area, but oh my god, it is truly a menace to society. I am so displeased with just the state of porcelain berry that I don't even know what to say. Of course, we have some more tomatoes. We got some more tomatoes. Oh gosh, there's a wet patch right where I am standing, where my landscapers decided they want to run over while it's wet. So here we are. Oh, look at that. How cute. This is why they call it porcelain berries, you guys. They have a beautiful porcelain color in like the bluish hues. We're going to take a look right over here. We got some very healthy vines. Now, these I planted maybe about 2 months ago. They were seedlings at that point. We have an apple tree here that is not in ground. It's actually in a pot. It looks like it's in the ground, but at some point before the winter I'm gonna have to put that in the ground. We have just a lot of vines. We have a very sad looking Saturn peach, another Saturn peach. This is the second one. The deers came and ate off majority of the foliage, and it is back on the recovery grind, which, you know, I have to thank the deers at some point. I'm sure that reinforced putting back energy down to the roots. These vines continue on pretty well. Here we go. Look at that cute little thing. I'm gonna assume that's a watermelon. Looks like a watermelon. And then we're gonna keep going. We got another little bud over here. Very cute. And then over here is our true honker. Love this thing. How pretty. I believe it's a Seminole squash. I really don't know, you guys. I feel like I just threw a bunch of things into the garden this year, and that's kind of how the vibe is these days. Like, I just did things. I didn't really think it through as much this year, but I feel like my forage was significantly more fruitful this year without all the extra planning that comes with a garden, if you get what I mean. Like, there's been times where I have sat down, mapped out where I want everything to be, and it didn't feel as fruitful at the end of the whole endeavor. But this time, kind of did a little bit of chaos gardening. Like, I have been walking around grabbing tomatoes, herbs. We have too many pickles this year, or pickles or cucumbers, but for the most part, you know, we are grateful for what we got. Another issue we've had this year, I already had an issue with persimmons, but this is my persimmon tree on the other side. And this is the Fuyu Asian persimmon. And we have had this like weird like rot issue going around. I don't know what is going on. New growth is coming in, so I'm just kind of letting it do its own thing. I did spray this with copper as like a protective measure, possibly if it was really like a fungus or something of the sorts, but it just looks super sparse. So we're gonna let it do its own thing. I'm gonna just pretend I didn't see it happen. Another issue we've been having, this is a pear tree as well. But this is super weird. I don't see it on right now, but we had like a kind of see the residuals of it over here, but it was like a cotton or like a threaded cotton puff coating the branches. And I looked it up and they said it was potentially aphids. You can kind of see the remnants of it over here, but for the most part it's gone. I think it's because I splashed it with so much friggin' water that like it kind of survived or something of the sorts. But yeah, that was our garden for the year, you guys. Not too much going on beyond, you know, gotta do a quick turnaround of everything essentially. Like we are kind of in the thick of the season. We're starting seeds, we are keeping things alive as best we can, and we are just vibing. Well, anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys. This is Nedible Garden. Don't forget to touch grass and don't forget to subscribe, support the channel. We are newer, so to say. Gonna try my hand at longer form content, and on the days where I feel a little bit better about, you know, not looking like a toe, I will come on camera. Pleasure, you guys. Have a lovely rest of your nights and days. Bye.